Climbing up the top stairs, I lost my leg.
On.
Are you on?
All right, clap it up.
Come on.
Episode number
Somebody's
1.
on. Yeah. We're all on.
We're all on.
When am I not on? Welcome.
Hey,
all right. Yeah.
All right.
Bostonian and the Beast, episode 1.
Bostonian the Beast? Who's the Bostonian?
Which is which?
Who's the Beast?
I'd say we're both beasts, but she is even more of a Bostonian than me.
I
She reminds me
don't
of
agree. I'm not from Boston. I'm not.
like my Ginzo aunts from East Boston.
Like Ginzo. I'd fucking kill you.
Half Ginzo. You're not
that's
full.
Irish.
You're not full Ginzo, right?
No.
What's
But
the other half?
I'm
What's the
Italian
other
that
half?
grew up in an Irish neighborhood.
Half Ginzo, half
In a Jewish town.
What are you though?
So they, you know.
Oh, yeah,
if I
you're
could tell
Jewish.
you anything.
Jewish and Italian.
No.
No?
Well, my mom was good one, yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Einstein bagel.
I got a little, if you take like a lot of shit and put it in a jar and shake it up, that's Mitzi and Picado.
There you go.
Hey,
You are quite.
you're speaking my language.
And the twins are out tonight. I always put them
I had
put them on full blast.
Yeah. New shirt. You like it? I got my orange.
Absolutely
Yeah.
loving it, flowing it.
Fabulous.
I can't waitress in it though. Can you tell why? Well, I can. Because at the end of the night, I'm a cocktail waitress sometimes, and then I could just fuck on it at the end of the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Take another sip of this.
you're a Bostonian, right?
Yeah.
I am now.
I grew up in Medford,
Medford.
which I
was born in Medford.
though I've spent years, I lived in the streets of Boston for years, unfortunately.
That is very Boston.
Yeah, so I know it. I could tell, like, every building. That's what I used to do. When it was nice out, I'd just walk around at night, 3 in the morning, looking at all the old buildings.
You could give an architecture.
That and looking for donuts in the garbage at Dunkin' Donuts.
I was born in Medford till my grandmother evicted us when I was 4.
You were born in Medford?
Yeah. St. Lawrence.
Is that why you say all the
St. Lawrence
in it,
Hospital.
or-
Huh?
Wow.
Is that why you say all the D's in Medford? Early?
These, yeah.
We all say
Is it Medford?
no. That
Yeah.
I am from.
It's not.
I'm
No,
from
if you're from
South
Medford, you don't say it that
Hey,
way.
one day
Med-
you're
it's
digging in
Medford.
the trash for
MED.
donuts, and the next day you are the donut. Dude.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
I don't
I've
think
been
Ollie
there.
knows where Medford is.
I do. It's where, yes, Michael Bloomberg.
He's right. He's right.
That's
Adam.
what I know about
Yeah.
that. And also Zenobia, I think.
Yeah,
Zenobia,
Zenobia,
yeah.
Beast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I saw Zenobia in Mattapian. Okay.
I like Zenobia.
I was at a
Dude.
bus stop
She's
and
funny.
this black girl on a bike goes flying by, and all I hear is Mitzi.
Yeah.
And then I had no idea who it was, and like 3 weeks later, she goes, "Yeah, I was going to my pot dealer."
That's what I like about
So
her.
apparently, she rides her bike from Medford to.
She's the only other
Mattapian.
comic that like
Eminem.
will show up on a bike to a mic or a show with a
Yep.
bag full of nips.
What's that popcorn called in the black bag?
Smart food.
Smart food. Yeah, she eats that shit too.
Yes.
'Cause, yeah,
Maybe.
it only makes you smart if you're tripping. I was on tripping one night,
I've
and
been there.
we were eating that shit, and I felt my brain grow. It was
Oh.
gross. yeah. It
Smart
was
food.
just,
You know,
yeah.
Adderall is the closest thing I can
I
think
was
of.
like,
to
"Give me
actual
some more
smart
of this
food."
shit."
Hey, that is smart food.
I only
dude.
like Pirates Booty.
Pirates booty is good.
Stuff.
What's that other
It's
shit?
got
It's all bad
booty,
for you.
So I can
It's all
giggle when I eat it.
bad for you.
I
like to
corn,
giggle.
corn
Like
is bad.
kettle corn?
Kill you.
If it tastes
kill
good,
you.
put it down.
Unless you brew it. That's the only time corn's good. Is
Oh,
cornmeal.
nice. Yeah, that is
when you're making whiskey and
alcohol
bourbon.
joke. Yeah.
I wonder if I'm
White
becoming.
lightning.
It's the only time corn is of any use.
Yeah, I've been like today. I didn't know if I am I coming down with diabetes? Am I dying? Like I
Yes.
just started
Yeah.
like sweating and was like shaky.
Jinx, you make them.
I was like, I gotta eat. And I just ate a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know if I ate the wrong thing or the wrong thing. I don't know.
No, Tommy,
I
those
don't know
are
if I
all signs.
needed sugar or I had too much sugar in my body. I just fucking ate like oranges with sugar on them.
Can't
Like,
go wrong with
slamming them in my
oranges.
head just like this. Like
You had too
I
much
think this is
sugar.
it. I think I'm gonna die.
I like
Sweating
them
and shaking.
before every set. I'm still trying to find the exact combination of like uppers and downers.
Mm.
to just get that perfect.
The cocktail just
Yes,
right.
but then a
Well, I
little bit
do.
of like it's
That-
like Red Bull, and then but it's not. I haven't
No,
worked it quite out
no,
yet.
no
A
caffeine.
shitload of caffeine.
Yeah.
can
I don't
be
do no
very-
caffeine.
I
Yeah,
like the
before a
caffeine, but then
set, yeah.
sometimes it's too much. It's
Really?
too much.
I
yeah.
feel like a beer.
If I don't have a
too.
good nervous energy
Yeah.
in me before I go.
So every one of
I
you
like to
have
be
caffeine
excited.
every day? Do you drink
Oh,
coffee?
dude, I
Yeah.
drink
Pretty much.
too much. I make it with a French press.
Oh yeah.
And I put heavy cream in it.
I do not drink coffee. I don't do nothing. I don't drink
Guys,
soda.
hold on, time out. I don't want
No
to
ca-
call time out.
and I smoke weed all day, and
before
I
we
only sleep
forget-
5 hours.
Time
Tommy,
There are
you're
no
out of
timeouts.
challenges.
It's
Yeah,
done.
no, I'm
We
sorry.
didn't even say who we had with us tonight.
Well, we haven't gotten to that yet. They're gonna-
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
That's at the end. That's after we turn
Yeah,
off.
right.
So those two
I
other
just
sexy
got
voices tonight
Hello.
Yeah.
are
Stephanie Elliot.
and
Well, you're supposed to introduce me. So
Please welcome Ollie Iconic
they got it right. Ha ha. Thank you,
and
sir.
Stephanie
when
Elliot.
do we?
Newly married and
Yes.
Yeah,
Not-
we
not
got
to
married
each
at
other.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Not to each
Yeah.
other. No,
Yeah.
not to each other.
how new are you to Boston? 'Cause I only recently
Since
became
the
friendly.
spring. Yeah,
Okay.
since the spring.
Cool.
Come out here.
Oh, so
it was all
So you're like a
smiles.
regular now.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, and you're here to stay.
Well, I am here to stay.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. You're a very funny dude. Like I known you a little bit, but never seen your set, and then saw it, and then was like, oh,
It depends on
okay.
which set you see, because they're all fucking funny.
Then my
Well,
desire
come
to be
on.
friends with
Yeah.
them, like, grew more.
Well, that's
than
how it
just
works,
The
isn't it?
average.
Stephanie's the same way though. It
Yeah, no,
doesn't
she's
matter
funny
what
too.
set you see.
Yeah, she's
It's
funny.
pretty funny.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. Me,
You-
though.
You get
No,
out
I'm
there and
just
book a
kidding.
lot.
You, it depends on how much Adderall you
We're,
had that day.
Oh,
We're in
Yeah.
Texas
Or not
now.
had, or not had.
Well,
Well, no.
I lived in College Station, Texas, for a while, and that's where Texas A&M is.
Is that where the guy
I used to live
went
in Houston.
berserker on the?
No, well, people
Are
go
you that
berserker
guy?
on a lot of different ways. No,
Are you any of the other guys?
no, I don't know. They do have. I know what you're talking about, and that.
No, I said, was that the place?
Yeah, Texas
the guy.
is a place where there are a lot
Texas
of
is a
guys,
big fucking.
It's because it's
Yeah.
hot. That's why people go nuts there.
and it's
Yeah.
cold
And it's
here.
very flat, and
Yeah.
there's just
Yeah.
not enough to distract the eye. you
Yeah, there's
know?
not a lot going
Oh
on.
my
Yeah.
God, there's so much gorgeous. I'm sorry.
All
So
right.
I always thought Texas, deserts and shit. I thought they
No,
were gonna be
it's like-
ugly. I drove out into the desert and the Rio Grande. I followed the Rio Grande all through Texas. Fucking gorgeous, man.
Well, Texas is like if Afghanistan without the
Well, you go
heroin.
inland, it sucks. Yeah.
You know, Texas
They
is
have other things.
It's
other than
gigantic and
heroin.
hot.
Texas
right?
is a twilight zone. There's people trying to get out that they don't even know if they're still in. They're driving. Are we still in Texas? It's true. It's very big, and if you're away from the major metropolitan areas, then it gets real.
Uneducated. Yeah. Well, that's any place. Look at the whole middle of the country.
Yeah.
And
I
don't
bet
wanna
even the
call you-
educated people in Texas have some.
They all
like that.
They all ride horses and eat
backwood
horse shit.
woods.
Yes.
But
No,
we have the
that's
same
not true.
type of person here in Boston. The idiot who's like, fucking, dropping N-bombs at Sullivan. A guy did it tonight. Next to me, I was like, he's like, hey, you got a light? I was like, you got a button? I'm like, yeah, give him the thing. And he's like, yeah, I don't mind giving it to you. You're not a fucking...
Oh,
damn.
God.
And he
Okay.
was like, whoa, it went this way. I took a hard
Don't
left.
you
Like,
hate that when you
Jesus.
do like a nice thing for someone that you then realize is an asshole? Or wait, are we?
Tommy O'D, friends of the
No, it was a business transaction. Now he's like,
what's the
you got a
cutoff
light? I was like,
points
you got a
on
cigarette? You know, like-
No, that was a decent thing. You're
Yeah,
a decent guy. That was a decent. I'll say it. I'll say it on
Stand up
camera.
guy.
Tommy O'Dean is a decent
He
guy.
asked
Yeah.
you for a cigarette?
Oh yeah.
No.
You
he
asked him
me,
for a cigarette.
He asked me for a light. And
He
then
asked
I
you
and,
for a
and,
cigarette.
and I saw him with a pack of butts. I was like, "You got a cigarette?" And he was like, "Yeah," because in that moment.
So
he
as long
really
as I've
needed
known
a light.
Tommy, he's always asked me for like weed,
Yeah.
a light,
Yeah.
you get something to drink.
You don't smoke cigarettes,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
otherwise,
Are you?
we'd be on like a even.
You would ask me high level.
Yeah. We'd be. You'd
Uh,
hate me even
yeah.
more. You'd hate me on a level that like.
Yeah, cigarette people don't always like to share.
Yeah.
I've
You know, I
noticed.
quit
I don't-
buying them because if I buy them, I chain smoke. Like I literally will rip through a pack and
Smoke on a
See?
chain like that.
Yeah, 8 hours.
I have a lot of addictions,
9 hours, it's
but
gone.
coffee or
Just like-
caffeine and cigarettes have never been either one of them.
Just the act of going
No
outside and
coffee.
smoking
Tea?
a cigarette is
Drink tea.
like
Green
a
tea
nervous
once in a
tick.
while.
Boo.
I'm feeling a little cold.
Boo.
If I'm feeling cold,
Whatever.
oh, I go to Chinatown,
Green
get some
tea.
real green tea.
Grass. I like the
It
fake
made me
stuff
feel better.
that's just green.
Ah,
water that
ew.
they sell to white people.
No,
I
I
Go
like
to
that.
Wegmans.
Yeah,
You get
No.
whatever
Yeah.
you need.
See, I want herbs in it, like what.
And you get white girls
It's like when
busting
I'm-
you and they
Wegmans.
fuck
Like
you
when
up.
I'm smoking my weed, you
What
get
do you-
that
what
chunk
do
of
you
go to
weed in your
Market
mouth.
Basket?
That's what I
Oh,
want when
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking my
And I
tea.
call it Demoulas.
Is this your phone?
No, that was there. You can have it.
Whose is that?
Yours now.
It's in bad shape.
That's Herb, the
It's
engineer.
probably the
That
engineer.
makes sense.
Well, Herb,
Ah,
the Titanic looks better, I think. Still. You know, but it says a lot. What year is this
Well,
phone?
if the Titanic had been
I
in
can't
case,
remember.
then it
check
would
it out.
fine.
See if
You
it's,
know, what
see
I
if
want
there's
to
a security lock on it. See what's in it.
Hey
No.
guys, I had a
Yeah,
prediction.
I want to see
Listen,
his updates. What
So,
is herbs in up there?
when
You know someone named Lily.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
does
I
it?
do.
Oh my God! It's my friend Lily's birthday today. Lily,
Happy
birth. Yeah.
birthday.
He knows
Do you know
the word
Lily?
omnibus.
You don't know the
He's
same
got
Lily I
smarter
do.
friend
What
than
do you
me.
read? What do you read in the text, dude? Come on,
You read it
man.
out on the air.
You left the phone on the table. What did you expect?
So Lily's having a birthday. How old is she?
She's older than I am.
Well, I don't want
so
to
she's
get
fucking
personal.
old.
I don't want to get personal.
She's
What
gotta
size
be old.
dress does she wear?
who's Lily?
A friend of
Cup
mine.
size, please.
Another
Have
trans
some
sister
class.
of mine.
I know
yeah.
you're new here.
Cool.
Well, I need a lot of class in this one.
Actually, it's Sterling's birthday. Sterling shot.
Yeah.
Sterling
Happy
Smith.
birthday,
I
Oh,
call her.
yeah.
Smith. I call her
Happy
the
birthday.
female Morgan Freeman of Boston College.
My former
That's right,
partner.
buddy.
Like the female of anything
My
she
former
makes a lot
partner
less.
in SM comedy.
Yeah.
That's a myth. That's a myth.
What is?
Men make more money because not me, but men do more dangerous jobs.
R.I.P. Tommy. O'Keefe.
What?
They do.
Are you
They do.
fucking kidding me?
They do. They do.
Disagree. I
Iron
disagree.
work,
Yeah.
fucking
What the fuck did you say? What is this? Soviet Russia?
Are you kidding
pipe
me?
fitters, people that go in the
So-
ground with.
No, they don't make pipe fitters. Don't make more money than anyone.
They make a lot of money.
They-
That's
well, they probably do
a
make
union
that money,
pipe
'cause-
fitter is
Because you're a
doing
union.
okay.
It's union, and
Pipe fitter,
it's
though, like-
it's a white guy's game. It's a
It is.
I know
I get
some-
What
it.
about women
You know.
who teach at high schools?
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
dangerous.
Yep.
They're not-
Yeah, but they're not getting blown up at an alarming
An
rate.
8-year-old
I mean,
stabbed
They're not
her.
getting it at an alarming rate.
An
That
8-year-old
men-
stabbed my friend in the eye with a pencil, and she has permanent
I was-
retinal
Yeah, how
damage.
about women living
Okay,
over
hold on.
in Saudi Arabia?
How about
Women-
fellow veterans,
They're
female
not gonna-
veterans?
they-
Fellow
Veterans,
veterans.
yeah,
How
women
about-
are
how about
veterans.
fellow veterans
Yeah.
like
They did,
myself?
women
No,
in
no.
Saudi Arabia aren't.
That did every job that
Don't
a man
women in
could do.
Saudi Arabia
Every
need?
job that a man could do, I
Listen.
did. So don't even get onto
Veterans-
this
You
subject.
went on a technicality. You went on a technicality.
What? Because I was a dude then?
Yes, you
I
win.
was not a dude.
Well,
I
no,
was
you weren't. You were
masquerading.
fancy. You were.
I was
Yes,
masquerading
yes.
as a
I
dude.
get that
I've
100%.
never been a
But when
dude
they
my
checked
whole
off
life.
the list of dudes that were on
Yeah,
the fucking
they said,
battleship,
yeah,
they
they
were
said,
like,
well,
"Yeah, this
for
one's
record."
good.
Yeah.
Give, give Mitzi a check,
we
jeez."
Give Mitzi
We
a
need
check.
protection.
No, no. And
No,
like
I'll-
you're
no,
making me
okay.
sound fucked up
No,
for
no.
saying it,
No,
but
Because you are,
Tommy.
You are.
Okay, we accept them
Because there's so many female
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
you. They've
Yeah.
come. There's so many that went in as female, okay,
Yeah.
that are. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, or transgender. If you give your life for your country, that's the fucking best you can do. Come
Yes.
Wait, no,
Right.
it's a woman.
Dispute
I know it's a
that, but by-
comedy show, but
by
come
me-
on.
Back
But
to
by
the-
me
to
saying,
the women.
Annie
but
Oakley.
me saying
Annie
that
Oakley.
that's why
You know,
there
who-
is a
Yeah,
difference in
absolutely.
pay.
Well,
I
well, there
don't.
was a woman
Of
named
course I
Annie
know.
Oakley.
Of
Well,
course
not
I
that
know.
Annie Oakley.
I
no,
don't
not the one
dispute
you
that
know.
there is a pay
In Houston,
difference.
Texas, God rest her soul, I ain't lying.
I know Annie Oakley.
She made pool cues. I'm talking about another Annie Oakley. This woman was trans, and she started out a man, and she played pool, and she made pool cues, and she had a pool
I like her
shop.
already.
Was she good?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody said she. Rumor was she changed genders so she could compete with women and have an edge. That was the rumor. Yeah, no, that's what people said.
Ah.
That's what
Ah.
everybody said. And
But what
then
is even the prize
What
money?
is that,
I wanna
Martina
know
not
before
to
you
fall
do
over
that.
pool?
Or
Yeah,
she had
right.
beat all the dudes that were to be.
well, it wasn't my theory. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Maybe.
She couldn't play worth of shit. So I didn't ever buy into it.
I don't think gender plays in at
God
all
rest her
with
soul.
male, female professional pool players.
So,
One
What?
fucking bit.
No, stay-
That's
I
not
didn't hear
a
what you
game.
said.
By the way,
I don't
that
think
is the
there's-
perfect accent for that story. So yes.
Southern,
I don't
Southern
think,
Yeah.
I don't
draw-
think gender
Real
plays in
life.
at all with men and women. Like a female
I don't
pool
know. If you
player
talk
who's a
with a
professional
southern
is,
accent, don't make you racist, you know.
yeah,
Makes you a
Yeah.
little
is
racist.
equally as fit and maybe even better off as a
Well,
smaller
maybe.
person
A
to
small
be a
percentage.
professional pool
Yeah.
player.
No more than the Boston accent.
It's like
So,
not enough to matter.
I got pulled
Yeah.
over in Virginia, and I
I
have
bet you
Massachusetts plates on my car, and I could hear the cop on his way walking to my car. He goes, "One thing I hate worse than Southerners on my Northerners, Yankees on my highway, fucking Yankees speeding."
Did you get the moves out?
Were you
That's what
on
you gotta
speed?
do. You
No,
gotta
it's,
get. You gotta
so I came up to the car.
You gotta mess up the mascara a little bit,
Yeah,
like
you
you're
just-
sad, like
No,
your
no,
boyfriend.
he
Put
came
you in
right-
a
Get the boobs
predicament
out.
He
right
came
away.
right up. I said, "Sir, I know exactly what you mean. This here my roommate car. He's a fucking Yankee from up there in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm beating the shit out of this guy. I don't even have a license."
That'll
He
get
said-
you. That'll get you out of trouble.
He said, "You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Thank you for serving your country. Go home."
That is, you come out of that a lot better.
Have
than
you ever flashed a military ID with dealing with the law?
My
It
favorite
must
was
help, right? Unless you're disgraced.
I
and-
used to have a
I've never
veteran.
had to,
I had
but-
veteran plates on my car, which was the best. And I've been pulled over and shit.
Oh,
So you're going
that's
down the
cool.
highway, state trooper pulls up beside you, and he's like going like this, and you look down, and you're doing 95.
Yeah, it
And he's
happens.
just telling you to slow down a little.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a thumbs up
Yeah,
because he was
yeah.
there. I went through a red light. I clearly went through the red light, and right away, Lynn cop pulled me right over. He walked over. He goes, "Is your car?" I said, "Yeah." "You a veteran?" Veteran plates in the car. You can go."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You know what? That's the
Actually
least,
said
that's
thank
the
you,
least
thank
that
you
we
for
can
serving
do
your
for
country.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of the guys that are, service now that are
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah.
They've done service. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I took the Boston police exam when I
Yeah,
got
like
out
in
of
World
the
War
Navy.
II when dudes came
How'd
home
you
to
do?
go be cops. or
135.
firemen, like,
Is that good?
Yeah, it's actually good. But I'm blind in one eye. I lost the sight in my left eye in the Navy, and so they said,
All I'm
"We're
seeing-
gonna put you at a desk."
what did you?
No,
what
neither
fucked your
one.
eye up?
I was boxing in the Navy.
I did
Ooh,
not know that
shit.
about you.
Too many punches in the
Yeah.
head, or just
No,
one good one?
I never had a black eye until I had my eye operation.
Oh.
But
Did it just your eye get popped
It-
with it? Like,
I never noticed
well,
that
I
about
had a
you.
It's
I had a
horrible.
detached
Yeah.
retina, and
yeah.
but
The eyeball is not
they
durable.
fucked it
It's
up.
like testicle.
They,
It's
they,
great.
No,
they
it's
done
not.
screwed up
That's
my
why they give
eye.
you two, just like your
Yeah.
balls. You only need one. You only need one. And Mitzi's proof.
Actually, I see better with one eye. They
Right?
need Balls.
She's
Who needs
fine.
balls?
For an Austin McLeod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
You
that.
don't need that.
I used my military ID. I got pulled over going 106 miles an hour. Not so I'd make it to the base to formation on time, but so I could get a Mac muffin. And I used my military ID.
But did you say you were late
Were
for
you really in
duty?
military?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
What
in
branch?
Army.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this in Monterey, California. And I had my military. I had my VDU zone. And not only did he make me take my keys out of the car and throw them down, because I was going so fast. He said, "Throw your keys on the ground."
Wow!
And
Wow!
I thought I might be all right, and he was
Bad.
not nice about it.
Bad.
No,
Wow.
they thought I might have stolen a car because I was going up. It was like 4 a.m. And
Did you tell him about the McMuffin?
no,
Did you tell
How
him
fast
they were
were
running
you
out
going? How
as
fast
they
were
do
you?
106.
very often?
106.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now, see,
well,
I
did it all the
everyone
time.
knows they only make that one McMuffin, and you got to be first in line for it.
It was
Like,
a
every
regular
time.
thing for me. I knew what time I had to leave to get the Mac muffin and get to formation.
See,
What
I-
kind of muffin? Say it
I
again.
got pulled
It's a
on.
Mac muffin.
It's a Mac muffin.
I got
You know
pulled
what I'm
over on
talking
5
about.
in San
It's
Diego
like an
though,
apple.
doing
Does it
105,
have a
which is
jack?
only 2 miles slower than that. And cop said, I told him, I said, I'm late for muster, sir. I said, well, you better fucking get going.
Well, this guy had his
Like
gun out.
wake up time, muster.
No, actually, I was ready for duty. Yeah.
Musters went on the
Yeah,
ship. They're like, all you guys go over here. Isn't that right?
Yeah, you gotta pull out.
What does it mean? Like, what do you do? What do
It
you
means you gotta
I
be
feel
there.
bad now.
If
I
you're
Double
not there,
hand job.
yeah. It's not like working at Primark. You're 7 minutes late. It's okay.
See,
You
like
punch in.
this is what
7 minutes late, your ship's gone.
You get in big
You're
trouble.
fucked.
this is what like the past should be for. You know, it should be for people who, thank you, both have served our country. Like, 8 now running, I just don't get tickets, and that's
Is that
I
right?
deserve a ticket. I
To what?
deserve a
Ticket to what?
ticket.
But you're look at,
Speeding,
Oh,
red
well,
lights,
yeah.
like.
and what do you do?
Have you been stopped?
Yeah.
You pull
Yep,
down the
yep,
zipper.
yep.
You
I,
just
you gotta fluff
puff
the
the
hair out. Usually I'm
hair.
at work and I'm super
Yeah.
gross when I'm at work. 'Cause I don't have and but you
Yeah.
get it, you
If
get it
girls
down.
breathe heavy, like
Yeah,
actively
and
breathe,
then-
did that
and then
help?
You have a
If
sweatshirt.
if
It's
Like
you
you're out of breath.
If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can, yes, crop
Sleeves,
top.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you can
Yeah,
act
yeah,
a little
anything.
sad.
If you can lean on him at Honey Point.
The lady in
Oh,
the
you
show-
touch them.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
touching
those, all
the
those
best.
guys, you know, I mean, they're all like you said, they're all warriors, you know.
So
like,
if I did
love
that,
the
I'd
lady
just
in
get,
distress thing.
you know,
And I'm
use
like,
an attempted
I
rape.
don't know.
They do love the lady, and
Yeah.
you're right. That's
I mean,
So,
I don't know.
so
Sarah,
I have
she
been
was
pulled
alright.
over by several cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Boom,
thank you.
done. Yeah.
I've been
So nice.
pulled over by several cops on different stages of transition.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it was like, oh no, you can go. You can go. No, go. Get the fuck out of here.
You should want to do you.
Get out of here.
Like the silver lining of discrimination. Okay.
So one day I was out with a friend of mine. We were in downtown Boston, and we had both carpooled. And I hadn't met her at Peabody. I drove her back to Peabody, and I pulled out of the parking lot, and I kind of squealed my wheels pulling out of the parking lot just as a cop's pulling in. And I'm like, shit. So I pull around the rotary, and the roundabout. I pulled around the rotary, and I pulled right over to the right, and the cop pulls up right behind me. I have my license and registrations in my hand, and he goes, sorry, ma'am, I need your license and registration. I'm like, those are mine. I'm sorry, just haven't changed my name and stuff like that.
Yeah, asshole.
And he
Yeah.
goes,
Gender me.
I'm
was
like,
that?
do you want me to pull back in the parking lot so you can talk to me? He goes, uh-huh. So I pull back in the parking lot, and we're talking and stuff, and he comes up, and he has his hands on his gun belt and stuff, like he's a big, John Wayne guy.
Yeah.
And I reach out, and I touch him on the thigh, and he goes, oh,
His pants get wet.
I gotta go. And I
think
never
he
got a
went.
ticket.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Ba-dum-bum.
If I could get away with that, women would just
Yeah.
dial 911 if I came up and
Apparently,
touched the
you
thigh.
just
Hey,
gotta-
how you doing? How
you
you
gotta
doing?
get pulled over by the right cop.
Yeah.
It's cold up here. Shit already.
Shit,
It is
yeah.
cold.
You know, the other
Yeah,
day,
it doesn't get better.
it
sorry.
snowed.
That's
Really,
why.
this
That's
is
why
my
we
first
made
winter.
up here in the
Yeah,
north.
I think
yeah.
it might be a bad
More
one too.
so than
Sorry,
Texas.
Oh
guys.
man, yesterday
Yeah.
was beautiful, dude.
It was.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
that was
Well,
a treat.
It was nice. It was
Look,
nice.
I like
It
the
was pretty, but it was.
That's called
yeah.
global warming.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Is that
fucking
right?
December. It's not supposed to be that
Well,
way.
it was
Okay.
snowed quite a bit.
Today is December.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. No, December is a whole month. So. It's
But
not
we're still
that
early
bad.
in the in the winter. We
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
even
it's
hit
not
the
just
first
the
day
one
of
day.
winter.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good thing about
You
it.
young ones.
You got 30.
I remember the
days.
blizzard of '78, right? Give me some for that one.
Yeah.
Boom, right? These kids weren't even
Us
alive.
old folks talking about
No, that's
78.
fine.
I
Well,
was
I know
four.
how many days
I
of the
was
month
four.
it is.
Four.
Hey,
I was
oh,
out
you got-
shoveling.
can
I
I
was
see
They
that?
teach
What
that
is
in
$14.
that?
Texas? No.
Oh,
The
yeah.
snow
Oh, come
was
on.
fucking over my
Come on,
head, literally.
Texas. No,
I'm
Texas.
sorry.
They only teach Texas history. That's all they
Thank
teach.
you for
Yeah.
rescuing all of our extra R's.
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem,
thank
dude.
you.
Look. It was so cold here, though.
It is cold.
But it's not as humid, so this don't feel
That's
cold. It's
true.
dry. But when we had 6 inches, how much did we get?
Another day?
Yeah.
6 inches.
I walked
Honey, if
out-
I can get 6 inches, I'm happy.
Oh, well, I can do better than that.
I wish more people said that. I really do. I wish there was more a gal out there settling for
6 inches is an okay night. 8 is a fucking awesome night.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
What is
just Europe is more important.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking
You're
6 inches
absolutely right.
around,
Yeah.
sweetie. Hey-oh.
I grew up with a kid who had a light bulb for a dick. He was all head.
Oh,
I know
All
him.
head.
Oh,
All
head.
yeah.
All head.
Mm.
Good stump, just a stump.
So
just
you
like
don't want to talk
all
to me.
It's a
head.
good time.
You do
All
not want to
head.
talk to me about.
And his thumbs
We just like-
matched
Oh.
the head of his dick. I swear
Oh,
to God,
is
his
that-
thumbs
is
were
that
like.
consistent? I'm like.
I've heard
I don't
things
know.
about
Yeah.
that. I've
But
heard
that
things about
tells
that.
you girth. It tells you I got a tiny
So he
hog.
just kind of just stretches it all out on the way in, and then nothing. That's
Yeah,
rough for him.
yeah.
That's what they
So,
say.
He's all about the. You
How about a
know.
mushroom?
But if he
I
uses
have-
his thumbs,
I've
Yeah.
literally
he
had
could have
this
something
guy.
going, you know.
Yeah.
That was a mushroom.
It still goes big
and he
to small.
and he wanted me to give
The
him
mushroom
a,
tip.
he wanted me to give me a hand job, but I literally could not get my two fingers between the base of his penis
Oh.
and the head of his penis.
Well, this is romantic.
That's when you just fucking grab the
Yeah,
Those
Was
are
it Valentine's?
it was just this. Yeah.
that man.
That's
should
my
wait
dick
for
when I'm
someone-
eating Adderall for
all
like
he
2
could
days
say
in a row.
is, "Oh, I'm big, huh? I'm big."
He could, bless his heart.
Yeah, he should just wait for someone to love him. That's
A
what
guy
love
who's
is
all
for,
helmet, though,
you
That's
know?
what love is for, right there.
Right there.
All hell,
Yeah.
Right there, like,
He's
oh, he's a
not
good man.
Right.
He's
right.
only got a shroom, but hey, I love that shroom.
Hey, some people have micro
Yeah.
penises.
Yeah.
and
If you
someone
were
loves
all
them.
helmet though, and you
Yeah.
had a giant helmet, you think you'd like think I have a big dick? You know what I
John
mean?
F.
Like,
Kennedy.
you wouldn't realize how
John Fitzgerald.
misshapen it was.
Okay, well, no. Okay, so we're talking about penises here, right? So,
I actually would
yeah.
like to say that I'm surprised it took this long.
It is.
I'm proud
But,
of us.
I mean,
It's
I
dicks are
was I was born with one. I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you give it to, like, did you donate it? To,
You like-
No,
join the
no,
dig?
because
I didn't
You
want my left
rehome it?
nostril.
you need
I
your
just
own.
wanted
You
the
need
one.
your own penis to make your vagina.
Hate my
Oh,
butt.
right,
So, yeah,
right.
so,
You
So I,
have
at
to
But
first,
does it
invert
still
I
work
wanted
in the
them to
same
cut it
fashion?
off.
Which is
you know,
amazing, by
to
the
cut it
way,
off.
yeah.
And so my biggest fear was being Italian. You have girth, and I had a little girth.
Now you're gonna have a giant
A
vagina.
lot of fucking girth, right?
So you thought you'd have a
But I was
giant
afraid that
baby.
one tunnel was gonna
like-
connect to the next tunnel. So
Oh,
it was like going into
no.
the Ted Williams tunnel, coming out in the Lincoln tunnel, and ending
Right,
up in
right.
New Jersey.
Right, right.
Ha!
So you're
I don't know
Shit.
those places.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But Ted Williams had good wood, right?
I thought you were gonna
Oh,
say
that's
you,
that
you were
good
afraid
wood.
your vagina was gonna be
Yes.
gigantic because
Baseball
you were
bat.
making it out of
The
such a,
splendid
you know what I mean?
splinter.
Yes, they
A
did.
girth of a dick.
Yeah.
No?
Guy had a
That
dick
doesn't
like a
make sense.
baseball bat.
No,
is
it's
what
the
I heard.
depth. It's the length is your depth.
Daddy didn't
The
love him.
length
Yeah.
of your depth.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm
Well, that's Joe
going, I'm
DiMaggio
going to
you're
need
talking
very
about.
big
Oh,
men.
Ted
Yeah.
Williams had
Yeah.
a great family life,
No,
as far as I'm concerned.
no. Or,
We're debunking theories about Ted
Our
Williams.
we
guests,
run rogue.
our
About
guests
who?
are on road. Our guests are in their
That's
own
what
It's
I'm
now a
saying.
sports
About
podcast,
who?
which is
Yeah.
the last thing
Yeah.
I ever thought I'd
This is
be
a
on.
sidebar conversation about Ted Williams.
Sports ball.
Hello.
We got
Little about
tangent
him.
from
Yeah.
Mitzi's.
You're talking Bostonian here, Ted Williams. I
Yeah.
gotta be in this conversation.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you
He
saying
was the
about
last
my
guy to
man?
hit over
Close to
400.
Yeah.
Ted Williams. That was 1941.
He was the best hitter that ever played
Yeah.
baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. May
And
be
he didn't
right.
even play in his best years.
His last
best
at bat
years, he
was
was
a home
out
run.
at war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah, he really
Pilot.
fought too.
And he didn't even want to go. He hated it. He didn't want to go because it was his
Wasn't he
best
a
years.
big jerk or something?
No, he had
Yeah.
black diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they say don't. They say stop taking what's it called? Makes your dick hard.
Viagra?
Viagra. They said
Viagra,
you
yeah.
got black diarrhea. You should stop taking the Viagra immediately. I mean, who's gonna want to be having sex when you got black diarrhea? You said
Right,
about
right.
to die like Elvis.
Who's gonna want to have a sex when you have
He's
any
like, I'm
color
gonna get my
diarrhea?
dick hard.
Any
yeah,
color.
color.
Any,
no.
It doesn't matter the color. I think the diarrhea is the
shit.
major
Oh, well,
factor.
I
No,
never
that's a
knew
no-go.
how amazing
That's a no-go.
Viagra was until I'd eaten it
Right.
after eating a ton of Adderall.
Okay.
Because
Well, you're lucky
Adderall
to be
is
alive,
like
probably.
Adderall is like a null and void. Your dick, it's like putting a marshmallow in a
See, that's like-
pocket meter.
I have
It's
never
just
known.
Not gonna happen.
The same with
If
the.
you can beat on it, it feels great, but nothing. Viagra though, fucking
That's what it's specifically.
unbelievable. I thought that was. I didn't think
It
there
helps
was.
with arthritis. I think.
So you've done Viagra?
Yeah, of
And it
course.
works?
Sometimes I act. Yeah, it works
Yeah.
fantastic.
I don't. Cause
Even if
I
the
dated
dick
him.
works, it works
doesn't
too good. It
work.
makes it hard to bust a nut. That's the only. But hey,
I
you
only
know,
take it on the airplane.
that's why it's good with Adderall.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, take it on the airplane.
You could sit next to the crying baby. That should be a really interesting
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
No, I wear.
Crying babies. Okay, ball gags for children. Right? Not great idea, right? Come on.
NyQuil.
Just
NyQuil.
make the. Just
Your
make the.
nostrils are too small to breathe out of.
No,
clearly.
No.
You
So
can't
you
do a
put a
ball
little hole
gag.
in the middle and you make the ball out of a gumball.
If you put a hole in the middle,
Right.
why
Just
not
eat it.
just make it a pacifier?
So
Tie
what?
that to their
Yeah.
head.
So what?
Yeah.
They eat it. It's 3 hours of fucking heaven,
Yeah, but
right?
a kid in a gag ball
Yeah.
though, they
What-
can
what
still
are you even
scream
saying
and
now?
No, no, it can't.
Sad.
No, it sounds like
3
this.
hours of heaven.
Yeah, yeah. And you throw. A
I don't
blanket
think it
over
would take
Put
3
it in a
hours for
hockey
the
bag,
child to
you
run
know?
out of
Okay.
Like an African treated child.
All right,
Paris
don't
Hilton
think
treats
me
her
wrong.
dogs.
Don't think me
Brain
bad, right?
takes 6 minutes.
I had sex with the. Should I say?
Don't say this.
This is
No,
safe space.
he was-
Probably.
okay,
I
this
don't
is
know. It's not my
This is
podcast.
fine.
Okay,
We
so
can
I had
edit
sex-
out
I had
after
sex with the
trial.
I had sex with a retarded guy.
Okay, okay,
All right.
all right.
Well,
Now
you
laughing
gotta
is
wait.
wrong,
Was
but
it in the
Oh.
back of the short bus?
Only his brain was retarded.
he had a
The
His
rest
big
body wasn't.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
he had a
okay.
hell of a body. His
Okay.
body was pretty fucking hot.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
So, it was only his brain.
yeah.
And
Is
so,
that like statutory? Like,
No,
No,
it's
no,
not.
it
This
wasn't.
is a
Is there
safe
consent?
space.
But I
and
put-
you
Not
are-
for him.
You are not.
But I went-
Listen, I'm
judge,
friends with
jury, and
another Boston
executioner.
comic who.
but when I
also
put a mouth
banged-
ball gag on him,
That does not
he sounded
endorse
like
it as
every other
ethical,
guy
what
I've
a
had
Boston
sex with.
comic
Right.
did.
Oh God, Mitzi.
You know, hey, if it's.
gonna
I'm
change
not
my
gonna
name
say.
now.
I almost said his name. I'm not gonna do that to him.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. Talk about Lee.
Do not talk about
You
my
better not
boyfriend
have
that
sex
way.
with Lee.
Leo is not retarded.
No, he's not. He's just a beautiful
He's
soul.
my love.
He looks like a fisherman. Like he should.
He looks like Santa Claus. That's what he looks like. I had to put a Santa hat. I had my boyfriend put a Santa hat on the other day.
He looks like a mall. He looks like a mall Santa from the 1950s.
Okay,
He
he
does.
looks like
A miracle on.
no.
Remember
Yes, thank
Twilight
you.
Zone? Oh
Yes,
yeah,
he looks
there
like
you go. I'll take
Miracle.
that. I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that.
exactly who he looks like.
What street
Richard
was it?
Attenborough or the first
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, the first one there.
The old one
Yeah.
that had the little
Yeah.
girl
Yes.
in it. The old
Yeah,
actress.
you know,
Natalie Wood.
but he's
The old one.
adorable.
She's dead.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah,
cute.
yeah. That's so long ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's been dead for like longer than
Yeah.
lives. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, her,
Sleeping
she
with the
got
fishes,
murdered.
dude.
She got
I was
I was gonna say,
OJ'd.
her husband killed her.
Yes,
Yeah. so-
yes.
You know, that's
But he got away with
allegedly.
it.
Allegedly.
What's his face?
Allegedly.
The actor. That
Oh, yeah, it
right.
was,
That's the
Yes.
Oh, is it- what was
Yeah.
what's his name?
You're like, what? What's going on here?
Robert Wagner.
We're talking
Yeah.
about
I
Yeah.
know
murder.
that is.
Robert Wagner.
And then he went on to do like an '80s like. Cop
But then
TV
there was
show.
that
What
other
it? What
cop
was
guy
he
that
in?
killed his wife too. The other actor.
Yes, the guy who played
Robert Blake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robert
Yeah.
Blake.
Roberts are killers.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
we learned.
Roberts, yes.
He pulled
So
it
if you're
in the
dating a
car with
Robert,
her.
back out now.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 and
Back
got
out
out.
now.
And we're like, hey, someone just
And
shot
then
my
there was
wife.
OJ's son who killed
He,
Carl Goldman and
He actually,
Cole Brown
Robert
Simpson.
Blake sent
Well,
my sister a
OJ's
picture.
son did it.
A signed picture.
Don't even say well.
I
We're gonna
looked,
go
I
to back
looked
to
well
that.
into that specific thing, but
Come
at the
on.
same time, OJ did that shit. I think because it could go either way in my mind. It could go either way
His
because
son did it.
OJ admitted it on TV, like in this.
It's in my
this,
pouch in one of the pockets.
It
Yes,
was.
he did kind of.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
it was like
And he
a
was
book
found
he
guilty
wrote.
in the civil
It was a
trial.
book. They didn't even let him put it
Yeah.
out. It was called
Yeah.
If I Did It.
Yeah,
Oh,
first
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like,
And he went
Yeah,
on
the
TV and
front
described
on
how
it,
he
too.
fucking did it.
I'm sure his lawyer loved that. You know, his legal team. Like,
He
I'm
could
sure
go,
Kardashian
I-
was like, oh,
This is
yeah,
hypothetical.
We're gonna do this. Right,
Hypothetical
yeah.
now. Hypothetical. Okay, so I had the knife, right? I had the knife. I'm like, dude, he just
Here's
talks
a
about
crazy
going
thing I'm
nuts.
going to put out there. I think Robert Kardashian might have actually been a decentish father and human being.
Oh, I
He was the best
absolutely.
thing for
I
those
think
kids.
that he
Who
Yes,
was
was.
the
I
judge?
think he really like. I think he
Look,
knew.
look what
I
happened to
think
the
he
children
knew that
after.
Chloe. I think he knew that she was not his kid, the one that's
Yeah.
clearly not his kid.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
he
yeah.
knew, and I
Well,
think
you
he
know,
was.
He's got money not to care. You
Stepped
know?
up to the plate, dude.
Yeah.
Stepped
He like
up.
apparently they were the closest. He was like, I'm gonna keep the bastard. I think she's my favorite.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Right.
And he
She's
worded
Hey,
definitely an
I was
oddball.
adopted.
She's
he
an
And
oddball.
worded
She's
as
an
someone
oddball.
who was
his,
adopted.
oh, that's
The
cool.
word bastard. really makes me feel good. Makes my dick hard.
I'm a bastard.
No, it
My
doesn't.
parents
I
are
totally mean
three
it.
bastards.
Yeah.
So, no, I love the word
True me.
bastard.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. We're hugging for y'all.
You're right. You're right.
Well,
So,
And
when I was
No,
in,
I love that a
will
bastard
take
can be
that.
a guy or a girl,
Yeah.
and nobody ever uses it for a girl. Like I couldn't
I
be like,
was
"Hey,
using
you
it for a
bastard."
girl.
No, no,
Yeah,
So I get
you were
points
doing
for
it.
that.
Yeah.
but
Actually,
then
that's called
Yeah, but
negative
hoste
It's called a
fly
bitch.
as well.
It's
Oh,
called a bitch.
negative points.
No,
for,
you get good
for
points.
It's called a
using it.
bitch.
Yeah.
It's
So,
all right, but you know,
when I was in
I'm
second
sorry.
grade,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
apologize.
one of my
Yeah,
classmates
yeah.
came
I
up
should
to
be
me
more
and he
sensitive.
said,
canceled.
he goes,
Yeah.
"Doesn't matter, you're a
Okay.
bastard."
Yeah.
So I looked it up and I fit the fucking definition of a fucking bastard because
Yeah,
my
you're a
dad was on the run from the FBI and so I was kind of a fatherless.
Were you born out of wedlock though?
Why
No,
didn't you
that
turn
doesn't
count.
state's
No,
evidence?
No.
That doesn't
Well,
count.
yeah.
No, it's like a father because he wasn't around. I never knew my dad. I knew him later in my life, but you know,
Yeah.
Wow.
it was a stupid guinea running from the FBI.
Couldn't
you know?
testify.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
He had to
okay.
be up to
Exactly.
some nefarious guinea activity to
Why
be
did
running from the
Walter-
FBI.
No, he
My
was,
guinea father
he-
ran from the
he
FBI.
he was just an idiot.
Yeah.
He was just a schmutz.
He just didn't have a car, you know.
He actually he had plenty of cars. He had a Cadillac. When I was about 4 years old, I threw up in the back seat of his car because he went out. He took us out for ice cream, and I had the
That's
ice
what
cream,
you
and I
do,
threw
yeah, you
up.
throw
Yeah, that's
up.
what you do it for, you know. So he brought it back to the Cadillac dealer. He goes, "There's a problem with this car." He goes, "What?" He goes, "There's throw up in the back seat." He fucking traded in his Cadillac
Wow.
for another Cadillac. 'cause
Wow,
they had
and he
throw
got
up.
away with it.
That's a shrewd move.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Shrewd move.
For all they knew, the assholes who washed the thing threw up in it. You know,
Yeah.
Well, nowadays you don't get
some
that
Dominican
kind of
kid
service.
from Chelsea probably got fired
Service.
because of that.
Oh, I just assumed they knew what he did for a living.
Right.
He was a butcher.
Yeah.
I never seen him cut a fucking piece of meat in his whole life. Matter of fact, you used to go into his freezer and it was like pre-cut meat in like tight plastic wrap bags and shit.
Yeah.
And then there were other bags in the back that were like really wrapped with shit and like you didn't go to that
You know
shit.
what
You
they
weren't
got.
allowed to touch that stuff.
Well, Rocky
Yeah.
could punch it when,
Yeah.
when he's training.
Yeah.
Meat hanging.
Yeah.
My dad never punched nothing. I did. I punched him. No.
I know. You punched your dad?
no, I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you, I've never had any ties to the mafia. But
My father was involved with guys, and I was around it growing up. But like, I grew up with kids from Medford. I'm not gonna name names, but like, you could literally Google their names, and it's funny to me to see like that. That's what gets listed as New England La Cosa Nostra as far as kids of Capo. This kid's a maid soldier, and I'm like, breakdance with that kid in '84, dude. We were in a crew together, like, and now he's that. You know, another kid I used to BMX
Get
with,
stuck with
like,
the arts.
and now he's.
you can do anything.
Yeah. You know, and they're
America.
good at it too,
America,
dude. They're
dude.
fucking, they're serious, dude.
It's America. Yeah. You can
The
punch,
one that I
you can
had
grow up in Dorchester,
contact
punch
with in the
people on
last,
the
like,
head,
10 years,
cause them
like,
bodily
seeing
injury, and
scary.
become famous, and not have to pay a penny to anybody,
Yeah.
and have famous hamburger places. Not naming names.
Oh, you talking about no,
Donnie Wahlberg? No.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
no.
I seen.
Are those things
So-
still around? Why is that still?
Yeah.
the
Burgers?
hamburger place.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yes.
think
Oh yeah, there are
so,
always
yeah.
there are tons of them around actually.
Have you been to South Bay?
You're
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
No.
South Bay.
South
yeah.
Bay? No,
Legit, I am
not in a while.
So I had a
I've never been locked up in South Bay.
I have a friend who's a Boston cop, and he pulled over Donnie Wahlberg, the less popular of the Wahlbergs.
What?
And,
Not full of shit.
I know.
Donnie is
But
the
he's my
shit.
favorite.
I think
Yeah,
Donnie's. I
Donnie
think
is
Donnie's
shit,
the
dude.
better
I
actor
agree.
of them.
You ever
I
seen
agree.
Saul,
Without a doubt.
Mitzi?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I think he's the
But
better.
he
No,
doesn't
no,
have
I'm
three-
just
he doesn't have
saying.
three
Okay.
nipples,
Publicly,
so he has
you
that,
know.
doesn't have that.
I'm a guy for Donnie as long
I
as
saw
you know.
him at,
So,
Knox.
anyways,
More Herb?
So my friend pulls
One more?
over Donnie Wahlberg because he's
Thank
driving
you.
this
Oh,
red
yeah.
Ferrari in
Yeah.
Dorchester. He's
Thank
a
you,
Boston
dude.
cop. He's just started on the drug task force, and he pulls him over, and Donnie goes, "Don't you know who I am? I'm one of the new kids on the block." And my friend goes, "I don't give a fuck where you just moved to. You're a white kid driving in Dorchester in a drug district. I'm gonna pull you over."
Right. In a luxury vehicle.
Yeah. You gotta love those Boston cops. They're edgy.
Well, I haven't had to really deal with them, but in Texas they are not educated. If there's one thing they're not, it's educated.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in a
Actually,
college town, maybe.
yeah.
But if you're out in the boonies, I don't even want to get into it. Yeah.
No.
It's rough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The cops out there, they sit there and here's what they do: speed traps. You know what those are?
Yeah.
You know, if they do those, and that's the town thrives off of it. Because
yeah.
when they made them speed traps unconstitutional, and then they stopped doing them, and all the little towns started to die. Now they're just.
What do you mean? Why were they shut down?
Because they were the revenue.
Yeah.
See, I don't get.
Now you
I
wanna
don't
go,
like
you,
the
you
whole.
don't want to go through there because there's a fucking speed trap.
So
Is
what?
that what you're saying?
No,
So
it's
so if those
fundraising.
little towns are
Yeah.
dying, right, and they're Texas, they're right over the border. Why don't
Survival of the fittest.
Why don't they
baby.
just harbor, people from Mexico?
Let me tell you something. They had little kids coming across the border in
just
2014
harbor them.
without
Take
parents.
care of them.
And there was thousands of them without parents coming across the border. The Texas governor didn't know what to do with them. The Catholic Church was like, "We'll take them."
Yeah. Of
They're
course
like,
they.
"No, you're not, dude."
That sounds like that sounds like the Catholic Church.
True, dude. True. You know, it is weird. Texas is big.
Just
and
part your hair in the middle, kids. You gotta part your hair in the middle.
We live in the Northeast.
Nice
of the
child,
United
nice
States.
child.
Like,
Coastal
you live
elite.
from Texas. Like I have no point of reference
I love it here, dude.
to like if there is like a fucking.
It was
you know,
snowing
as
on the
far as
1st
building
of
a wall or
December.
not.
I walked out on my
I think it-
porch, and Joseph Stalin looked at me and said, "Defend the
Joseph
motherland."
Stalin?
Yeah, no. He said, "You need to be ready for war within 2 years." I said, "This is my speed, dude. I like it here. You know, I do." He had
Is
a
this
nice
Boston?
mustache.
Boston in particular?
Yeah, it's Brookline.
Brookline.
Yeah,
I
there
grew
you
up
go.
in
That's where I
Brookline.
live.
That's where I grew
Brookline.
up. I grew up in
Joseph
Brookline.
Stalin, huh?
Yeah. Well,
So when I was in the Navy,
Extra depressing.
guys used to always ask you all the time, "Hey, where you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Brookline." "Hey, I'm from fucking Brooklyn." "Hey, where from Brooklyn are you from?" "Oh, how do I not know who you are?"
There's actually a Brooklyn somewhere else. Too.
Brookline.
Like,
Brooklyn's a big borough.
We
yeah.
it's
pronunciate
like a
our
Brooklyn,
words.
Florida,
We're
or- There's a
educated.
Brooklyn and something else too, and another one. Of
I
those
wondered if Brookline and Brooklyn were cousins name-wise.
No.
You know,
No,
might
they're
be
not.
some
They're-
kind of mom
no.
fucking
Yeah.
second
It's
cousin.
probably
or-
someplace back in England. Everything here is someplace
Yes,
back in England.
Well,
absolutely.
actually, yeah, that's why they call us fucking New England.
Massive.
Is that right?
Exactly.
Actually, there is a Brooklyn, Brookline. Actually, used to be Muddy River, but you go through most of the towns and stuff. You'll find them over at Manchester and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I was just hanging out with my friend from England, from Manchester.
In Brookline, they got a sign that says this is where John F. Kennedy was born. And then in Dallas, they got a sign that says this is where John F. Kennedy died. And I seen
And
both
I've
of
lived
them.
in both.
Yeah, I seen both of them.
I've
Yeah.
seen
I want to go
Good
there
for
so
you.
bad.
So have I.
Yeah, they're
So have I.
So bad.
Have you been to the museum?
No.
It's
I
actually
You been to
it's
like
good.
I like-
Dealey Plaza?
They
Was
show
it-
Yeah, no, I've been to
no,
Dallas.
Here,
Oh,
but
no,
here,
no, I haven't.
here, yeah.
Over
it's
in-
actually it's good.
over
it's
by
good.
UMass,
Yeah, they
yeah.
show,
I wanna look
they
out
show-
that
they show-
window
They show
and
Dallas.
see,
They
like-
show the shooting. They have
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
video. of
Oh,
it.
I'm talking about the sign by
Myself.
The one in Texas or the one here in
The one
Boston?
Here. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
been to the one in Texas,
Yeah.
but I did live in Houston. Actually, I learned
Oh.
to speak with a Southern accent.
What
and then
part?
Houston.
What part of you?
I never learned how to speak
Oh,
with a
yeah,
Southern
yeah.
accent
Richmond.
my whole life.
Ah,
Oh,
God.
yeah, as a
I know
Texan.
Fargo,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you know.
Ollie,
Yeah.
as a Texan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
You're a
Oz,
Texan?
did Oz,
Did
No, I
I?
get
he
it.
lived that way.
Yeah.
Did Oswald
Yeah.
act alone?
What are your thoughts?
What's
How would he know?
Grassy knoll.
Just
I'm
gonna,
going to tell you right
he's from
now.
South.
Gotta tell us.
Oh,
gotta tell us.
I thought he said he's from Texas. I thought he was from
Oswald or
Texas.
no Oswald?
I thought he said he lived in Texas.
No, I
at
got
some point.
theories
Counts,
about this.
yeah.
Okay.
Oswald or no Oswald, we got to look at one thing: is John F. Kennedy was not wearing a seatbelt. Okay. And
He wasn't.
No, look here, you
Oh,
want to give
oh,
yourself
he
a
was
chance?
standing.
Ollie,
He was,
Ollie,
standing
when were
up
you
in the back.
born?
I was born in a small hamlet.
When? What?
A
Day.
small hamlet. What day? Oh, when was
Yeah,
I born?
when?
October 21st.
Year?
Oh, you're trying to get me to tell how old I am
Yes.
on Tommy's?
No, I just want a year. Because
Yeah,
I don't
oh.
think you were born before he died.
1912.
And I remember
All
the
right,
day
look.
he died. That's how old I am. I remember the day
He's
he
very-
died.
I don't
He's young,
remember. No,
so
I
I
don't.
imagine
No,
he-
I don't remember the day he died.
You're a
I was
child.
way before I was born. But I
But
have the internet.
but-
I have the internet, and I ain't afraid
The
to use it.
internet.
And I
The
ain't afraid to
internet.
use it.
Ah.
That's my thing. Is I'll use.
I
that
remember
shit.
my mom cried all day. I couldn't get my mom to stop crying.
Oh shit.
And my
Well,
sister
Kenny
was
got
coming
his
home.
It's called
My
Prozac.
sister was coming home from kindergarten. That was like my first true memory that I have. I was still living in Medford, on Bow Street, and that's all I can remember. There was this like long procession of these,
Yeah.
and my mom was just watching the TV, just crying, and I couldn't
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
her.
People love that
Everything I
fucking
tried,
thing.
me and my
I
little
love them.
sister, yeah.
And it's like nothing like that had ever happened in the country before. It was traumatic in a way it just isn't now.
Nothing
I
like
think.
that has happened since, really.
I wanna
like
know-
Our president.
They
Did
don't
you
have
like?
had
Did
Did you hear
Hey.
Trump got his wig blown off?
Hey, whoa,
9/11.
whoa,
I mean, there's been
whoa.
other. Yeah,
That was
but-
actually a great
Yeah.
video.
That's a comparable.
Did you
But
see that
that's-
video?
yeah.
That was a great video.
Wow.
Trump's video.
Yeah.
We got sucked into
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, if he got shot in public by a sniper, right? Like
No, I
Oh,
actually
come
hope
on.
that doesn't
they've
happen.
like
Do not
yeah,
get me
no,
excited.
They've like
This is not the place.
since
As much as
Kennedy
I
got
dislike
killed,
him,
they don't
I
ever
hope
put
that
them
doesn't.
in
Yeah,
there.
he'll-
No, I
he'll
think a
learn,
good
like,
story would be
yeah.
like if
Close to
Oprah
it.
Winfrey broke Bill Cosby out of prison. Or something
Yes.
like that. Or Sandusky or something real, you know.
In like a
Oprah,
laundry
Oprah
bin,
Winfrey
you
is
know, just rolls
Bill
them out.
Cosby's
Like Andy.
Has them rolled
illegitimate
out,
child.
yeah,
Like,
Debo.
like Andy
Debo
is
goes in and
leaving,
gets
yeah.
him.
Gail could help, you
Gail.
know.
That's
Gail
the
always
problem.
helps. That's good
Is
for
Gail
Gail.
is
Gail
also
helpers.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby's illegitimate child.
Gail
and
is such a good
so the,
Scotty
Okay.
the
Pippen.
two of them,
I like this
Yeah.
theory.
yeah, the two of them together.
No, I think
Can't-
OJ's son
Yeah.
killed Kennedy.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Whoa.
All
Do you
of
know
the
about his
facts.
knife
Like a-
in his
like
letters?
a-
The
like a
year of the
Stephen
knife
King
and all
time
that stuff.
travel.
You guys are horrible.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good.
Horrible.
You're
Yes,
good
thank you.
stuff.
You are
Thank
horrible.
you.
OJ's son, they
Good
found
Which sounds like a dog.
a storage container
I
that
take
he
care of baby
like
dogs anymore.
Yeah, it is
neglect. He
common.
didn't pay the
Okay.
bill, and somebody else took it over. And in there was just a fucking big ass knife, and all these letters and like.
Why would you
just,
save?
like,
Why would you?
journal
I mean,
things
come
about-
on. Well, I guess
why
if
would
you're
you,
rich,
yeah.
They call that a
it's
BAK.
kind of
Big
stupid.
ass knife. It's a
And in there
BAK.
too.
What do they
he
call
had
it?
the,
Common sense ain't that common?
No, Boston Common. You ain't seen much in there, do you?
Oh yeah, they used to kill people there.
Oh, listen, and in the thing, he had pictures of himself wearing the same kind of hat that was found at the murder scene. OJ's
You're just
son.
talking. Both of
Little
you
hat.
just talking about bad things.
Llama
Yeah.
spit at me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
who
did you
has
do?
it?
I mean, I tried. I was feeding it
Yeah.
so it would let me pet it, and I kept trying to
It
trick
spit at
it
you.
Yeah,
into
you were
like
being too pushy.
letting me pet it while I and it was like no, none
Where
of
did it
that.
spit? Where did the
It's-
spit hit
it's-
you?
it
How did that
actually
make
didn't.
you
It didn't
feel?
hit me, but it
Ah,
spit at
it
me.
spit.
And-
So
You
it-
made it
yeah.
spit.
Did you throw the food at it?
Oh,
No,
guys,
kept
I have to
feeding
say
it.
this.
I
Listen,
kept
this
feeding it
morning,
like a schmuck.
I have a cat, right? Listen, I love my cats. I love one more
Cat.
than the other, right? And one of them, I'm ready to just open the windows, go for a bike ride. Because this
Okay.
morning, this fucking cat, right, Tux, little motherfucker, she woke up, right? She was sleeping on the bed next to my girl and my daughter. And my girl just woke up in the morning, it was like, hi, Tux, and she went, and then took a shit right on the pillow.
Is that
That's
right?
such
That
a
does-
cat
she's,
move.
she's
Yeah, but
like
that is-
demented.
That was
Yeah,
like
you're such a
no,
cat
it was
move.
She,
not
no,
demented.
she's going bad.
No,
she's
she's
doing
not going
weird
bad.
shit.
She don't like your girl.
Dude,
No,
she's been
no,
going
No,
up
yeah,
on
no, that's
She
exactly
don't
it.
like the way she's treating
That's
you.
exactly
That's
it.
Maybe,
So-
dude, she'll go up
Yeah.
on the cupboards and stay
Yep.
there for so long she loses
okay,
weight, and we
is
gotta
it
bring her
me?
down.
Is it me?
This
But
is why
when I hear a
cats
guy
are
talk
good.
about his
She's
cat,
dying.
all I
She's
think of
old.
is
She's going
what
soft.
a fag.
No,
Gee, what a
no,
fag, man.
there's a
It
strong
is.
but quiet contingent
No,
of dudes
no,
with cats
you're
out
so
there.
sensitive. You're too sensitive. You're queer.
Who?
I like
Yeah,
cats
if you
like
and
cats.
dogs. 'cause
I like
I'm
Dogs,
bisexual.
dogs,
Yeah.
dogs.
It's
Yeah, see, there you go.
I like-
I like
them both.
There
If
you
you
go.
were sensitive, the
So you're
last
bisexual
thing,
too.
No,
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 okay.
yeah,
no.
He likes-
That's what it is.
He likes doo-doo
If
on
you're
his
a cat person, you're gay.
if you
That is not
if you're
true.
But if you're a
allegedly-
dog cat
think
person,
so.
you're
That
bisexual.
doesn't add up.
It
It
does.
doesn't check
Cat
out.
if you're sensitive,
He wasn't
right, the
gay.
last thing you should get is a cat. They don't care about you.
Yeah, you're right.
But
They
that's
would-
the
they
reason
would
why you
eat
get
your
'em.
face
That's the
first
reason
if
you get
die.
them.
And
That's
you-
Yes,
true.
it's to validate your insecurities.
They
The
will
only
never
way I
do
can
that.
enjoy
They will
my
Exactly.
never validate
They're
you.
like my mom.
Yes.
See, that's why I
Yes.
don't like cats.
Yes.
They remind me of my family. Because
Yeah.
they're like, you no much how much love you give them. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
cut
And they
you,
have a
bitch.
secret-
And that's your mom,
Yeah.
dude.
But you know
Always
what,
dragging her
cats? The
ass
best a
across
cat
the
can be,
floor.
like my cat Smudge, who's my favorite of the
Aw.
two. I love her to death.
Smudgy's cute.
She's a cunt. But the only time if I come in late at
I don't know
night
if I
and
can
it's like
afford
it's
this every
dark in the
time.
apartment, she'll be like sleeping on the dresser. Then I can pet her in the pitch black by the light of my cell phone.
See,
You know, looking at her face. That's it. That's
I
it.
take care of
That's
people's
it.
cats.
During
like
the
this,
day,
'cause, like,
forget about it. I just
they're
get to
like-
look at her in the window going, ain't she pretty? That's
They're
it.
like wild
Can't pet her,
animals
nothing.
that they
So,
feed.
I
And
used-
I don't like. Why do you feed this?
So
It
I used to
doesn't
have a
love
cat.
you.
I joke. I say all this stuff
My
about
cat
that.
brought a fucking
So,
bird in the
I-
house.
My cat
Oh,
used to
the
bring,
cat.
my
It's
cat
trying
used
to
to
feed
always
you.
bring birds in the house. My
Did it
cat
bring
brought
it
a
to you though, or
Yeah.
did it
I
just bring
knocked
it in
it
the
out of
house?
the house with a broom. Scared
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
My
Said
cat-
they get you
No,
a
be-
disease.
be-
I
My
didn't
cat
kill it.
brought
and
a
kill it.
crow.
Still flapping
No,
around?
the cat had a, I don't think it was a, no.
You
it's-
gotta smash it with the rock.
You want me?
No!
That's
Oh
the
my
decent
Bird in the
God!
thing to
house.
do.
Oh my
The
God!
The Italians
no!
believe a bird in the house is
Oh,
bad
my
luck,
God.
right?
Exactly.
You know that, right?
It's
No,
Those days
So,
are behind.
my cat brought my cat brought a crow into the house.
Oh,
It was
that's-
I
that's
know
intense.
scared.
Yeah.
It was like the throat was cut, and so I thought it killed it. And I'm like, Ray Blunt, get the fuck away from the cat. And I pulled the cat away and
You
let
went to
it
pick
go.
up the
and-
dead bird and it started
and it
flapping.
was
and
it was
Satan's
still alive.
essence just
So-
emanated
Finish it off.
from the bird's
So I
neck.
called the Animal Rescue League and
That's
all that, and they're like,
rare,
"Oh,
yeah.
well, we can't get anybody out there till tomorrow."
Yeah, no, they don't
So-
care about it. They just
so
like throw
I
it
had,
in the
like-
yard and shut your door.
They're like,
Fucking
just,
animal.
just
will
try
die.
to feed it water with a baby dropper. I'm like, so I had an eye dropper
we can
that
come
I
and
cleaned
pick it
out
up
with
and kill it
water.
There's
tomorrow.
a different, there's a,
No, it
there's
was
a
dead
bird
by
wildlife
then.
organization that I can hook you up with if it ever happens again.
Yeah.
They own there's like a specific bird one. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that meant that your cats actually they love you and they're like
Oh,
a
yeah.
mom, right? Like an Italian
Yeah.
mom. They're worried about you being able to care for yourself.
My
They're
cat used
trying
I
to.
could see my
Really?
cat
They're
thinking that
trying to
about me.
teach you to hunt. Yeah.
Really? So my cat used to bring home snakes and squirrels and all kinds of shit. Like,
Yeah.
so she was like 18 years old. We put a bell around her neck. She brought home a fucking bunny. How bad of a bunny are you that
Well,
you
a
got
cat's a good
caught
hunt.
by an 18-year-old fucking
Cat with
cat
a bell around.
with the bell around?
My
it?
cat just sees
What was
me
it?
lying
Holding
on
the
my
bell
couch
with
eating
one hand,
chips.
going, "I'll get you, my
don't
pretty."
know. They're apex predators of the suburbs, and you don't know. Probably
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh yeah, they say
Yeah.
the cats are
Cats
going
are
to be
evil.
the ones that last.
They're
after
evil.
society
One of the
breaks
nastiest
down.
animals I ever dealt with, like growing up around here, is possum. I've had
Ah.
possums
Yeah.
hiss at me, and they're
Yes,
fucking
swans
just a
are surprisingly
So,
nasty.
so I came in my,
I
I
had
pulled
a
in my,
turkey scare the shit
I pulled
out
in
of
my
me.
They're
yard one
terrifying.
night,
I'd
and my
shoo it
cat-
out of the street.
my
No,
cat
they
was
don't
boxing
shoot.
with a
Yeah.
possum.
Yeah.
Blondie, she was fucking fighting. The possum was bigger than her.
Yeah,
And the
they're
cat, the
gross.
possum ran to me for protection.
You seemed nurturing. You
Yeah.
seemed just naturally nurturing.
You were the one in control.
Yeah, right.
If I get with her, she's, you know,
This cat's fucking mental.
yeah.
You wonder why I don't
The
like
dog's
cats.
listening to
No,
this
you know what really freaks me out when the turkeys sit in trees. Like it's bad enough that you're a turkey. And you're, you know,
When they
but
spread
like
their
now,
wings,
like,
it's a
you're,
big
you're
animal.
in the tree. Like what are you planning? Like an aerial assault?
I didn't know they got in a tree.
They-
That'd
they
be
get in
wrong to
trees.
see. I wouldn't
It's
see
like
that.
the
Actually,
birds.
that's
They're
their
all lined
spot,
up
yeah.
there, you know,
They-
just watching, waiting.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend made me get out in traffic and shoo a Malden turkey. She's like, get it out of the street. I'm like, no. She's like, made me. And I got out and I started shooing
See,
it.
that's why you have
And
dogs
we
for.
run this
Yeah.
way, and then it
No,
turned
they don't-
around and it
they don't
ran at
respect
me, and it was
anything that's
chasing
wrong.
me
Oh
around.
no,
the fucking-
my
That's
dog
the
always
turkeys,
gets
yeah.
them to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big animal, a turkey.
Yeah,
They got that
and they
beak.
always think like you.
You
want
gotta
their
just
women
face them
to
down.
know.
You gotta look them
Yeah.
right in the eyes.
Yeah.
Say, this is not your property.
Yeah.
Or
Get out of here, bud.
Yeah.
Scram.
My-
That's how Thanksgiving got started.
My favorite are the turkey vultures in
Oh,
Cal.
yeah, those-
Have you ever seen them?
They're ugly as
Yes.
shit.
They're ugly as shit, but
I
they
kinda like
but
it.
they're like C5s. They take forever to get up in the
Yes,
air.
but they stay
But
up
they
there
finally
for,
they
like,
get up there, and then once they get up there, you just
hours.
fly.
Yeah.
They just drift in the air.
Yeah.
They're fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
But to see them get off the fucking air is like watching one of the. So I was when the C5 is what they used to drive like tanks and shit in.
Up in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they drive up in the air, and like the ground rumbles before they take off, and you would drive the perimeter road on the Air Force base, and they would like, the wheels like they're gonna hit us, they're gonna hit us. You swear they were gonna hit you, and they slowly get up in the air, and once they get up there, they're fucking there.
Man, I'm telling you, dude,
That's
I don't
crazy.
like
That's awesome.
airplanes. I don't want mainly because of security. You basically, when you go, you stepping into the airport. That's consent to everything.
Yeah.
It is. You're
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
I don't care if my family ever sees me again.
Yeah.
You know.
See, that's why I like
Yes,
jumping
I
in.
could be contained.
I like
here as
being in
long as
planes in the
necessary.
service.
Yep.
There was a chute for every person on the plane. That's
D.B.
security to me.
Cooper, baby.
Yeah.
D.B. Cooper. That's
Yes.
all I'll say.
I actually watched a video
Never
waiting
caught.
to come here. I watched a video on YouTube before I left my house.
Did you ever jump out of a plane in the sky?
No.
Anybody? No.
No. But I did watch videos of
Oh.
wingsuiting today.
Oh.
Ooh,
No,
the-
wings
yeah,
shooting.
yeah, they glide, yeah,
when
yeah.
they do proximity flying, where if they jump off a 10,000 foot high mountain, however high they are, that's how far they fly.
How-
It's a mathematical.
How high are
Right.
you right now?
Yeah.
Pretty high. Pretty high. Pretty high.
So how about
But in
jumping?
a wingsuit,
How about
it's a squirrel
jumping
suit.
out of a
Oh, I
plane?
love it.
Yeah.
I
Squirrel
love
suit.
it. I
And
love
it's
it.
it's essentially, it's in my opinion the coolest thing I've ever seen a human being do.
You should
Okay.
do
I'd
that.
like
Literally,
to do
the
it.
bottom of if
Next
they tell me,
podcast,
Tommy,
that's
you
what
have
we do.
like incomparable brain cancer, I'm going to
It's
go.
like Super Mario
How-
Brothers
okay.
3 where he's got the
How about
tail.
jumping?
Inoperable,
Yes.
inoperable,
How about
inoperable,
how about
inoperable.
jumping out of a fucking plane with 50 pounds of weight on your back
Yeah.
and swimming
And
200
50 pounds of weight between your legs, baby.
and
Or
swimming
let's say
200 miles into shore after you land into the middle of the ocean?
That sounds horrible. That sounds like
Tommy, if you
something
had
I
brain
physically
cancer,
couldn't do.
It would be incomparable.
Oh no,
It
it's,
sounds-
brain
it sounds
cancer
like-
that's
That
ever
is the-
happened.
That's right.
Yeah.
it's the most wonderful
like the kind
thing.
with the John Travolta movie, and you
The
be able to
swimming
see
in is
stuff.
the
Oh,
only
yeah.
part.
Oh, no,
Crap
it's like
with your mind.
You
Jack
can learn the
Cousteau
language in
magnified.
How much training do they give you though for jumping out of a plane?
A lot.
A lot.
Fuck yeah.
Don't kill me.
They don't just throw you out
And the
of a plane.
first time you
Hey,
jump, you
hey.
jump non-tandem, right?
There you go.
In the military,
Yeah.
you're not jumping with someone on your back the
No,
first time.
no.
You're going out
No,
on
this
a
is-
leader, right?
No,
Where,
it's not
like,
Orange County, Massachusetts.
But
no.
it's the kind of
Yeah.
kind of parachute where like as you come out to shoot, you're like
Oh,
hooked
it
up.
automatically
do it for-
pulls.
It
It
automatically
pulls
pulls, yeah.
within 60 seconds
So there's
after
not like
you.
yeah.
You have to be with the.
You gotta right
because
yourself.
if it pops too soon, then you get sucked into the engine,
Yes,
and then you
yes,
crash.
No,
yes,
but the
yes,
people
yes.
who get sucked into the engine and everything, some of them, no, listen, some of them pay to go jump. I gotta buy one.
They wanted to
get
hang
one.
it up.
And I invited a woman to come jump with me, and she said, "I'm 9 months pregnant." And I said, "So yes." No, I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Would the two of you like it?" No,
We got a 2-for-1
And you gave her an
special.
abortion.
I'm too scared, dude.
Did it
We
give
got
her an
a
abortion?
2-for-1
That's my question.
special.
I
You know?
would do it if someone was like paying me to do it, but for free, no, I'm not.
Jump
doing
out of
it.
a
Well,
plane.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, how much
No, I
would
need
you
to be
need?
It's probably like a
Have you ever?
$400,
Have you ever?
I
What's
think.
the highest distance you've ever jumped off of?
Like,
Nothing.
of my own, like not like not like on a trampoline.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, like nothing. What? Not,
Yeah.
That's not a common.
I was 12. I
Yeah.
jumped off a 35-foot bridge.
That's not a good
Yeah.
idea.
No.
No, it was
We've
fun.
already
I was
established
the
that you weren't
pussy
very
at the Quincy
supervised.
Quarries.
No,
growing
I
up.
dove.
We'd
I
go
was-
there. I'd be like,
I
"Nah,
was
I'm not
diving
jumping."
into the ocean.
Fuck you! I'm
Yeah.
not jumping.
My
I
mom
go
and
down
dad
there
did
and
sit
swim.
35
My mom
feet.
and dad did a bungee.
No, not if you do it right.
You know what the
If you
bungee
do it
is?
wrong.
Yeah.
Jump
Yeah.
down, and the guy. That
I did that. Yeah,
They
that's
had the
awesome.
instructor, and he told my dad, "Sir," he kind of was polite about it. He brought him over. He said, "Sir, your wife is way over the weight, and she's drunk."
Yeah.
And he said, "This is our anniversary. Let the lady have a good time."
Did he have your accent? Because that would
Oh,
sell
well,
it.
yeah,
that would
he
sell
did,
it. Anything
he
with
did.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
You could say
Yeah,
that
you-
to
Oh,
any
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You know, hey,
I talk
it's your
just like my
anniversary. Let the
daddy.
lady have a good time.
And my
Like
uncle
anything
D.B.
could-
Cooper.
You can
No.
win. You can win any argument with
My-
that right there.
My
It's
mom,
true, dude. It's
my mom
true.
had brain surgery, like legit. So her actual brain surgeon came in, and he was from Texas. He talked just like you, and like I
And
just
you were
wanted
like,
to buy
oh
moon.
no.
He's like,
Hell's
well,
bells.
yeah, right. He's like,
I
well,
want to have.
Well, you were like,
some
oh, I hope he's the
moonshine."
smartest one.
He's like,
I
what
hope
we're
he's the
fixing
smartest
to do
one.
here is go up and tear that brain there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much.
It's
like,
pretty
what-
scary,
And I was
isn't
like,
it?
I know
Yeah.
the words you're saying are smart, but it
But,
does not
yeah.
I
work.
get that.
You
No.
could be calling a NASCAR race with that.
Yeah,
No,
right.
no, pilot. Our altitude will be.
He's like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
this
yeah.
don't matter.
Hey, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
right.
I
Yeah,
so
right.
I had the captain of my ship, a smart guy. He was a fucking captain. He became a rear admiral and shit.
Wow.
Fucking smart guy. But he had that southern accent, you know. Yeah. I'm from Alabama. He
Right,
came
right.
down and goes, I want to meet the southerner that made these here grits.
Yeah, right.
And everybody looked at me and
You like
said, that was Picardo, Seaman Picardo. Because, I like seaman. Now
Right,
I
right.
used to be a seaman. So
Now you're all about
yeah,
semen.
now I'm all about it. Yeah.
You have to.
So he
import
goes,
it.
Where in the hell you from? So I said, Boston, Massachusetts. He goes, Boston, Alabama.
Is that a place?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
There
not.
are other
It's
Bostons.
not.
I don't know.
think
It's
so,
not.
yeah.
It's
There
not
are
a
other
place.
Bostons
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah, but it's
Bullshit.
There's
Right.
there's not a Boston,
Little Boston
Alabama.
was in no that there will be blood.
He's a Boston,
Oh, yeah,
Arkansas.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
not a Boston,
Yeah.
Alabama though.
There's a Boston,
That's okay.
Arkansas?
He goes, Boston, Alabama? I said, no, sir, Boston, Massachusetts. He goes, how in the hell you learn how to make grits like my mama? I said, I read the directions on the side of the box.
Probably what she did.
Oh, it's
Shit,
right. She couldn't read
I
it.
guess my mama knew how to read too.
She learned it from the preacher.
See, it doesn't matter what you say, it just,
I know. You
when
just
you
have
say
to,
it with that southern accent,
Well,
it don't sound all
It
that.
does sound
When
very
you
believable.
smell
There's a
It's
reason
like
why.
Matthew McConaughey.
There's a reason why he
Yes.
lost his.
It's what I like about these high school girls.
Yeah,
As they get older, they stay the same.
well, that's what I like about my problems. I
But
get
that's the
older,
problem.
they stay the
They're the
same.
same age.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
man,
don't change.
you got a joint? No.
No, he just talks with
Be
the
like
courage of
cooler
his
than you
conviction.
That's
The difference between, I figured it out,
And he has
the
the
difference
eye acting,
between
which is also
Bill
in the notes,
Clinton
yeah.
and Matthew McConaughey, it's the same voice.
It's a growl. It's
Bill
kind of a
Clinton,
growl.
Yeah.
you just
yeah,
hold your
yeah,
breath
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah,
You know, I didn't bang any women on Jeffrey Epstein's flight. I waited until we landed.
Why?
You know?
Why?
And then Matthew McConaughey, the same
Yeah.
voice. Hey man, you got a joint? Be a lot cooler if you did.
Oh shit!
You got it, man. It
I
sounded
about
like
these
that's
high
it.
school girls.
you could
Dude, our
probably.
NASCAR, get me and this guy, and you, with both of you, both of our guests, I'm doing a
Ollie, I
CNN skit with, and it's going to be silly. Officer
Anytime.
O'Malley with you, and
Anytime.
NASCAR news with you.
Tell you
It's
something,
going
I'm
to
good
be, it's gonna be
NASCAR, yeah.
so retarded.
So when the fuck am I in?
What do you call this,
Good
man?
one.
Sit
got
down
a
on
hot
the
tempo
retard
day.
right there. Right.
I have so many plans for you and DNA.
He
So
wants
many
he wants to
plans.
put me in a
Circle
film.
back to that.
He wants to put me in the film as what was it? Your arms
It's
deal.
only like
Oh
the
yeah,
first
no,
episode.
Mitzi would
He
play
said
a
I
perfect-
should-
perfect son.
Yeah.
You'd
Well,
sell
yeah,
something.
Mitzi would play a great arms deal.
Yeah, you
I have no
so-
arms. I do.
No, it'd be good. You could be an arms dealer / you run a U-Haul thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she does in the trucks. There's a bunch of guns,
This is
something like that.
a rental
Oh, no,
center.
no, it's a U-Haul, but
So-
also a bingo hall.
I look
And you
like a
spell
rental
it.
center.
Uh-huh.
I look like a rental center.
The nice
No,
one.
now don't. Why
The
are you
nice
twisting
one.
it wrong?
I remember Rent-A-Center.
What's wrong with it?
They're still around. They're
Yeah.
still around.
Oh, yeah.
They're still here.
It's right next to the bad dollar store.
It's this
Yeah.
still Rent-A-Center?
Yeah.
Still a thing?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
it's
right
still
next
a
to the
thing.
Family Dollar
Wow.
down the street from me. Yeah. yeah.
My mom got a
Perfect place.
TV. We
Yeah.
never
Perfect
paid
place.
for
The
it.
one
Yeah.
where like you go in
Never
and
paid.
like
We paid for a TV and then we
someone will
moved.
offer you money for sex.
It's-
We didn't pay for it. We
We
bought
will,
it.
we will
Yeah.
charge you the regular price for a TV, and then we will charge you every month
Yes.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what people want
Pretty
nowadays
silly.
is they want your information.
No.
They're
Dude,
like,
I
hey,
get the same fucking spam call from these Indian dudes that are like, "Hello, is this Mr. Williams?" I'm like, yeah, like you have been selected by the federal government to get a loan for $9,000, and this is a loan that you don't have to give back.
Oh, shit. Definition of loan is gone.
Oh, dude, I googled it right away, and it's a scam where like if I went that far with them in the call, because I would just hang up and block them, but. You know, it's one of those, okay, let us into your computer.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they try to get you. I try to.
It's amazing how many people fall for that shit, dude.
You know, a lot of the people that fall for that are mentally ill and or like dementia.
Our old people need somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
People
right,
that,
right.
People
So
that
it's
are
like-
home
it's
that
not
time
just
of
like-
day,
At
you're like
home.
alone.
It's not just like, you know, people who should know better. It's, you know, they're taking advantage of sad people.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this
Money,
tobacco?
money,
No, I
money.
know. Yes, it is. It is.
Money. That's all it's about. Money, money, money.
Perfect.
I keep getting a weird call in.
Give that to
like,
Herb.
Mandarin.
Herb, take that.
Oh, how do you know it's Mandarin? Could be Cantonese.
I'm pretty sure it's Mandarin.
Well, how?
I asked a friend.
Mandarin is P1
I've never learned the
through
language
6
over the phone,
with
so
the
that's why.
menu
Yeah.
orders at the Chinese place, and Cantonese is
Yeah. It
P1
wasn't
through
spicy,
7
so I know it wasn't.
through 10
Jalen
actually.
Yugun Hakyo Eso Hangumaru Chokombe Wasusumida.
Oh, Chikango. Chikango. Nakamon.
No,
Like,
that's-
come on.
That's Korean.
Like,
It's
come on.
not
Yeah.
Chinese. But Mandarin is Shishir, is thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And Cantonese, Doje is thank you.
It's good to know. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the two main ones. And if you're wondering how I know that, I'll tell you. I worked in a brothel over there. No.
I know that.
You left Texas to
Dude,
work in a
dude,
brothel?
all your setups are awesome because it's like you're so serious and you deliver.
They weren't ready
I'll
for
tell
that.
you why. Because I worked
Because
in
I
a
worked in a
brothel.
brothel.
They know it's not
Oh,
real.
who
I
is
thought you were
it?
gonna say
So
something
now-
totally
Fetch,
normal.
I know. Ollie would fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah, well, no, I was mopping up, is what I did.
I bet you were, honey. I bet you were.
I was
Yeah.
nice.
Do you know how much money those mop bucket guys made?
The
You'd
jizz
have to-
mopper.
The
Yeah, you'd have
mop
to.
bucket.
I
You
remember-
know, you could collect all that and then like resell it to the sperm banks. So,
Actually,
yeah.
They have to get paid more than chimney.
There was a
sweep.
guy that did that in the North End at the old combat zone. In
The
the
Liberty
old,
2 bookstore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They
Oh,
had
yeah,
the
remember
nudie
that.
booth, right? Yeah. My boy
Yeah.
Kenny was the manager at that place.
Oh.
I would go in.
Oh my
I would go
God!
into the nudie booth on the house.
Your mouth's pouring.
On the house.
Oh my
Time
God!
for your
On
deed, everyone.
the house.
Oh my god, I'm so
Oh,
jealous.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a big type 4
I'm
kid.
jealous.
That's
Oh my
why.
God! The
Your
smell of bleach all day long.
Yes, and it reeked like bleach. And the jizz mopper, right? He had his mop
Do you
bucket
want
with
to
the
not
Clorox, right?
Really
Yeah.
Listen,
Bleach, you
A
know?
mop
Listen,
bucket in
and-
a white
and, right,
in a
he-
white thing. Yeah.
he had the
Hold it up in the
Windex
middle.
hanging from his belt,
Yeah.
and he had another holder
Yeah.
for the paper towel so
Yeah.
he could squeak, squeak,
Yeah.
clean off
So
the
he didn't,
glass.
and the rubber gloves and everything.
Yeah, I went in there
He didn't have
on
to touch
the
anything.
house.
Nothing touched
These
House
anything.
money.
Are the jobs we're losing to AI?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
We
no,
are.
it closed. It's gone. You know what? You know what the Liberty 2 bookstore is now?
Uh-uh.
The New England, the Boston Registry of Motor Vehicles.
Oh,
Right in
that's the
Chinatown.
worst.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
kind of like
that's what
the
it is
It's
now.
kind of like the same thing.
And
Either way, you're gonna
It's-
get jerked
look,
off.
I could take you into the registry and show you. Yeah, that's it right there. I jerked off right in this area.
Oh, I
This
love
door
that.
to this door.
Now
There
they're
was like-
jerking me off.
It was called the carousel. There were like
What you do is
6
you go there and
doors.
see if you can
You
get
go
away
in,
with
right?
it
You
again.
put money in, right? You put a like dollar bill. One time I fucked up. I put a 20 in. The money thing by mistake. This Puerto Rican girl like thought she was in love with me. I swear to God, dude. Swear to God. So you
I
put the
love you
money
a long
in.
time.
The door
I
comes
know.
up. It's glass, right? It's
I
a
know,
naked
but-
woman this close to you.
Not even.
I thought about opening a landscaping service called We Love You Lawn Time.
We
I
love
like
you a
it.
long
Yeah,
time.
and it's
I like
a
it.
landscaper.
That'll,
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
It's
it's kind
mildly
of
racist.
racist.
I like
so-
it. I like it because it's mildly racist.
That'll work up here in the Northeast,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
or the South,
I
or
ain't,
the.
I ain't looking for trouble.
But yeah, the nudie booth. Listen, the glass would come up. However many minutes you paid, that's how long you
How
had
much
a
does 20
naked
get
woman,
you?
Yeah.
and they had like they sat in a booth the same size as yours right there, and they were on a stool, and they had these like hooks where they could put their high heels. So it'd just be like some strange woman like this
No
for a
comment.
buck a minute.
How-
A buck a
So
minute.
that
Oh,
got
is
you
that
a
right?
solid 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
you
time
can
it
get a
did,
massage
yeah.
for
And she
$1 a
went
minute.
right to work trying. She's like, "This guy means
So-
business. I gotta get it done quick."
So in the North End, they used to
I
give
walked
you.
out
Yeah.
going, "I think
Yeah.
she likes me."
Yeah.
In Vegas, they give legitimate massages with your clothes on and everything, $1 a minute. Caesar's Palace. You're sitting there betting on sports. They just give you a back rub, for a lonely man, eating 17 Kit Kats.
How many minutes? How many minutes did you get?
Kit Kat is
No,
for
I did.
lonely.
No, I didn't
How
buy
many,
it.
how many minutes did you
I
get?
think I got about
How
a
many?
half hour.
How many Kit Kats is that?
Well, I don't eat Kit Kats. I'm an observant person, and my friend paid for the massage stuff, and I thought it was.
Guys,
I
you
thought
want
it
to
was
hear
weird.
a
I don't like it.
horrifically embarrassing
Yeah, they're a
nudie
little
booth
weird.
story?
It's a little
No, just
basic.
I feel no,
Yeah.
because I feel like an asshole. Because it's like, hey, I'm King Big Shit. Rub my back, in public. Rub my back. Look at me, everybody. Give me a cigar, asshole. You know what I mean? That ain't me. I'm humble.
Yeah.
Me too. I'd rather have them rub my.
I know. We can talk about those things, but in private, in privacy.
Oh
of an
no, I don't
alleyway.
care where they do it, as long
Yeah.
as they do it. You
You're
can do
a
that in
prince
Come
public.
on. It's been a long time, man. Long ass time.
Yeah,
Lit my finger on fire.
his whites of his eyes are like
You
almost
know,
white. You
I,
should fix it.
I saw y'all been to Brookline where they the Netta where they sell weed.
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't.
All right, now
So that used to be a bank.
they were. I know.
Yep.
They
Right by
used to be-
AI.
I grew up right down the street from there, Brookline Village.
But the
where I
complaining,
grew up.
the people
Cheers.
complaining who
Cheers.
live in the houses have fucked it up. Bad.
Which is ridiculous.
They've
'Cause
been bad.
they used to be the
They
worst.
cut the
of them.
hours.
Yeah.
Well,
There was one woman on TV on the news, and she said, "We used to be able to leave our door open in the springtime, but now with all the pot smoke, you fucking lying,
Right.
lying sack of shit."
Yeah. Leave it
well,
wide
never do
open.
that.
Just swinging open with a rock in front of it.
Right.
I
No,
grew up-
I don't think so.
I, I grew up in Brookline Village. We never locked our door ever.
No.
But we lived on the fucking 5th floor. If
Yeah.
they fucking made it all the way to the
you're
5th floor, but God, they'll take it. Because we had nothing anyway.
Yeah, Brookline
Yeah,
is
you
quiet.
earned that shit.
Brookline is so quiet. I love that about it. You know, nothing
Well, 'cause-
bad ever happens.
Because everybody in Brooklyn, all the cops and firemen live in the neighborhoods.
It's amazing,
That's-
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too.
That's what
is
keeps
the
it
cops
safe. Mm-hmm.
and firemen are doing shit, dude. In Texas, the fireman is just like married to a lawyer or something. You know those guys. and the cops are out fucking with people. They're not. They're not standing out there facilitating city works like these guys. These guys are like the Lego movie. You're out there, they got a vest on and they're getting their hands dirty, or they're watching the workers. You know, they're standing there. And the Netta ones get me because they don't have cops out the liquor store. You know what I mean? Why they got
Oh yes, they do. The right day,
Oh,
right
they
day
do?
of the week.
Well, maybe Irish
yeah, they get
neighborhood.
triple pay then too. Yeah.
Y'all have soccer hooligans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, soccer's for faggots.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, but no, I think the field is too big. I think that's
It is
why.
very large.
I
It's
think
a bunch of running
fast.
around.
So much
You
running.
don't get to hit.
Scoring.
I'm
Scoring.
sorry.
You need scoring.
There's
Any
running
any
around out there. Yeah.
any sport you don't get to hit your competitor. It's
Yeah.
just
No, I like soccer.
that's
for-
just gay. All right.
when
I'm,
it's in the
I'm
little
sorry.
zone there.
I
where
come from the
action is.
LGBT community, and if you don't get to hit your competitor during a sport, then
Well,
it's
you don't
not
get to
really
use your
sport.
hands,
Yeah.
but you can use your
Your
head.
head, yeah.
Oh please, you can't.
I saw a
You
woman get
cannot
hit in the
headbutt
crotch
the guy in
with
the
the
other
ball.
side.
That's something.
I've tried that.
She didn't
It
get
doesn't
penalized.
work.
Yeah.
Well, other than
Yeah, bad.
the next
Yeah.
day, yeah, gotta ice it down.
30 years later,
How you
you're a
clean that
retard.
thing? Swollen.
I mean, at least NASCAR has crashes. And it's all left turns, but sometimes something bad
Yeah,
happens.
it's
you know?
true, and that's why it's like the Coliseum days of Rome.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna become a NASCAR fan and get ahead of the curve.
Well, you better start.
In case Trump gets
So-
elected, it's wise. It's
Well,
not.
well,
gonna
it-
happen.
what we
It's
It's
gonna
better hedge your
happen.
bets,
What were we
yeah.
saying earlier?
Tonight's
NASCAR
show is
is
brought to you
keep
by
guys.
Viagra.
Now, if we had you said get rid of NASCAR, and like all of those people would go straight to the Klan.
So we need NASCAR.
Jeff Gordon wrote an autobiography, and for those of y'all who don't know, that's a story about his life, not his car.
Listen,
No.
I mentioned like let me like before the show we had a conversation about how I foolishly thought for a moment like you want to cancel
Didn't think it
Trump,
through.
cancel NASCAR, but
Didn't
then
think it
like
through.
no, they don't have NASCAR. They'll go for the Klan.
It will
That's
go
right.
for the Klan. Go straight for the Klan.
Right,
I mean,
right for the Klan.
I mean, the Klan is
street
perfect
hockey
for somebody
Klan.
like him. It's the big pointy hat's not gonna mess up.
It
his
Hello.
ain't
hair.
even that. It ain't even that.
Yeah.
I know
He's the
plenty
Pied
of
Piper.
non-Klan.
It's the same thing.
He's
isn't
gonna
it?
run them all into the ocean. He's the Pied Piper. He got them out of the shacks and shanties in the election, and now he's just gonna walk them all off the pier.
I hope.
That's what I think. Any American who has a
Let's
problem
hope.
with him, just listen, just buckle
Let's
down and
hope.
know it's going to be another 5 years of the guy, because he's going to win.
Well,
Oh,
I
are you
agree.
kidding?
I
don't
agree
know.
with
How
Tony.
you? How? Are you kidding me?
No, not
There's
at
no
all.
way.
And,
There's
and I'm not
There's
saying
no
I
way.
want him to
Yeah.
It
win.
could go either way.
He's
I-
going. He's
I
playing
don't
by
want
the
him to
numbers.
win. He's going
I
to
And
win.
worry.
going by the
I
numbers,
worry,
the
yeah.
incumbent
Yeah.
wins.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Going by the numbers,
No.
the incumbent usually
Listen,
wins.
Yeah.
listen.
I feel
If you want to
yeah.
sell a record,
Yeah.
have a hit
You're talking
movie,
about
sell a book, You gotta win Middle America.
Trump has
the
surprised me
Northeast
before,
and the
though.
Northwest to like.
He surprised
San
me by
Diego is
making
not
it the
the
first-
country.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You want to think
He's
it
a-
is.
He's been a
Trump's
moron
campaign,
since
but it's not.
day
I thought
one.
Trump's campaign was over when he stabbed that kid at Chili's and he died. But I don't know how he survived that. He came back from it.
He
You know?
bounced back.
All you
That's what
have
I'm
to
saying.
do,
You think
all
he's
you have
gonna
to
win?
do is
Come
read
on.
one of his own books.
His supporters, like,
Read
he
one of
literally-
his own
Tripping on
books.
lady on World Star, like, come on, we all
He
saw
could
that.
have like a deep fried baby harp seal, and his supporters would still
Yes,
like him.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because the numbers, look
Yeah.
at the numbers, look at the
It's
economy
civil
right
war
now.
if you let him
I'm
out.
talk about black unemployment. Oh, never been this low ever. Can't argue that.
Bullshit.
You-
As a
I think
transgender
I
person,
can.
I haven't been able to get a job in my field for over 2 years. I was making 70,000 a year. Now I'm
That's
making
just the economy.
now I'm making 25,000.
Oh, now we're talking about the economy. Come
Now
on,
you have
buddy.
tits.
Yeah.
You
You're
got
not
no
as important.
credibility on that
Of course
That
you
the
are. Of
economy's
course
good.
you are.
Bullshit.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
You're more marketable, more hireable.
Bullshit.
More, you know.
No, I'm not.
Unless you're a hack.
No.
Yeah, you got a leg up.
How much am I
Because to tell a person
I'm
like you
making
know,
60,000
is a-
less a year. How do I have a leg up?
I just meant transgender people.
Bullshit.
Right
Oh my
now.
Bullshit.
Right now.
Stop.
Bullshit.
You just talked about cops pulling you over and going,
Somebody-
just
Yeah,
keep it moving.
Tackle him.
like
Keep it
Doesn't mean
moving.
they're hiring me.
Knock him off his
Yeah.
chair.
Does
No.
not mean they're hiring me. I have credentials.
Then they
so-
should be shut
They're not
down if
letting
they're
her
not
go
hiring you. I'm not
because-
saying
Yeah.
they should.
You have to prove
Come
that
on,
they're
a leg
racist.
up. A leg up.
You
where?
got to be pretty
I mean,
brave
what's
to have a
very
Mitzi
flexible,
come
but that-
apply and tell her no.
It
because
happens
they should,
all the
absolutely.
fucking time. I've had people say,
Maybe
"Can
I'm too optimistic.
Can you cover
I'm
up?"
sorry to hear that. I really am, and I'm not
I hired
patronizing
a
you.
genderqueer dog
I'm not
walker,
patronizing
and I
you.
had to defend them constantly to my clients who were just wigged out
Yeah.
by their existence near their dogs, and that's dogs.
That's weird.
It's not even a person.
My
It's
whole
a
thing
dog.
is,
I had a guy.
sure you
Yeah.
got.
I mean, what a light
Whoa.
My thing is that
version
you've got
of gay
great
too.
credentials.
Gender queer.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
fall into gender queer.
But wait a
you know?
minute,
I'm
though.
like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a
There-
nerd.
No. Fuck
And
you.
the thing
Let's get
is-
back to me. 35 fucking years in the food service department.
And she's
And-
got a leg up. Fuck you.
I got.
If she was going against for a job
I have-
against me.
I have 2 legs
Yes.
up.
Okay.
No.
This guy
20 bucks.
against this gal.
20
Not,
bucks.
not unless there's
All-
some sort of affirmative
All right,
action
let's
from
bet.
them.
Let's
Yeah.
bet it out. Let's bet it out. Next
All
job
day.
I apply
Yeah.
for,
I'll
you
apply.
for.
Yeah.
For shits and
Guarantee
giggles.
Or
you,
even
they're
better,
going to interview
Tommy
before
could not
they
hold down a
interview
Even
job. They
better,
would not
even
put up
better.
with that shit.
send the same resume, send your resume, put his name and picture
Put his
on it.
name.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
I'll
it.
bet.
Do it.
I
All right,
have
now
that
I'll
resume.
send yours out with
Same
your
resume,
picture.
but I will not put
Tommy,
on the bottom
Thomas
LGBT
Williams
speaker
will
transgender.
he's going all the
the
way.
picture of
Yeah.
Mitzi Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
will
all
This
be
is
the
the
next
best.
episode.
I will do that.
All right,
I'm
Okay,
a witness.
okay.
Yeah.
Between now
Yep.
and next
Yep.
week's show,
Yep.
I'm going to apply for a job
Yep.
every day with your picture.
Every day.
You have to do the same thing
With your picture?
with my picture.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
Let's do it. Let's do
Because
it.
I don't
Let's
think they're
do
going
it.
to commit to do that.
Same resume though.